guys, thank you for tuning into this review of Adolescence on Netflix. You could be on any channel in the world, but you're right here with me, and I really do appreciate that. So before we get into things, make sure you like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you do like watching movie reviews and also TV show reviews. Now, I just got done watching Adolescence on Netflix, and I am sadly disappointed. I really wanted to love this show. Everybody's been ranting and raving that it's the best show they ever watched. It has a high IMDb rating, and critics are calling it a masterpiece. No, it's a masterpiece because they missed a lot of pieces, especially Katie's side of the story. But before I get into Katie's actions and the questions online on whether or not Katie was wrong, first, I do want to give a quick recap of Adolescence. I want to give you my review/rating of the show, and then we'll dig a little bit into Katie and her actions. Adolescence is a gripping 4-part British crime drama that delves into the complexities of teenage relationships, social media dynamics, and the dark undercurrents of online subcultures. The series begins with a harrowing scene. 13-year-old Jamie Miller, played by Owen Cooper, is arrested in his home by armed police on suspicion of murdering his classmate, Katie Leonard. As the narrative unfolds, viewers are taken through the intricacies of Jamie's interrogation and a subsequent investigation. Detective Inspector Luke Bascombe, played by Ashley Walters, and his team delve into the student social media interactions, uncovering that Jamie had been subjected to presumed bullying. Katie and other classmates had labeled him an incel on Instagram, a term referring to individuals who identify as being involuntarily celibate and are often associated with misogynistic online communities. The psychological assessment conducted by Bryony Ariston, played by Erin Doherty, reveals that Jamie's feelings of isolation were exasperated by relentless perceived bullying. He internalized the negative labels, and when confronted with rejection and public humiliation, his suppressed anger culminated in the tragic act of violence against Katie. Adolescence offers a poignant exploration of the vulnerabilities of youth in a digital age, highlighting the devastating consequences that can arise from unchecked, toxic online cultures. So what I did like about this series is the acting. The acting was top of the line. I love the way they filmed this series as well. Everything, all of the camera angles were pretty tight, pretty close up. You felt like you were actually there and you were immersed in the experience. I did like the plot line. I did like the educational aspect of it, exposing, the manosphere and toxic masculinity and discussing misogyny. I like that aspect of it, just to get conversations, to get dialogue going on out here in the real world. So what didn't work for me in this series is I don't think it was a very balanced narrative. I wanted to learn more about Katie. I wanted them to interview her family. I wanted to see more of her side of the story. Hopefully the series will get a season 2, and a season 2 could focus a little bit more on Katie's side, but that was a big gap for me, especially because it's a little bit scary, right? When you focus so much on a murderer and give them so much attention, so much fame per se, then you hear other little boys in the real world who are also exposed to this toxic masculinity culture that they want to be a Jamie too. They want that same attention. So without balancing it out, without giving, Katie some shine and humanizing her, it just felt like too much focus on Jamie for me. I mean, he was a villain, but just to get that attention, there's a lot of little boys that would love that same attention as well. So overall, I would rate this series a solid 4 over 5 stars. I mean, it was good. Again, just disappointed that they did not delve into Katie's side of the story. Nonetheless, when I was finished watching the show, I was left with some questions. Even when you go online, there's a lot of chattering about parenting tips. Don't let your little boy do that. Don't raise your son like this. But I didn't see a lot of information exploring Katie's side of it. A lot of people were just questioning, was she wrong? Is there anything she could have done differently? But I would have liked to see some tips from Katie's perspective. Is there anything she could have done differently? I am 100% not victim blaming. Jamie is 100% wrong, and she is definitely a victim. But I do want to look at her actions and just see if they could have provoked a crazy person like Jamie to do what he did. So now let's dig into the question that some people are posing online. Was Katie wrong? We don't even have a lot of information on Katie, but I could tell you, I only know 3 actions that she took. 1, she shared nude pictures of herself. 2, she rejected Jamie's offer to go to the fair with him. And 3, she posted emojis under his Instagram post and insinuating that he was part of the incel culture. Okay, so let's take those actions one by one. Sharing nudes, is she wrong for that? Did that contribute to her being murdered? No, she is not wrong for that. It happens to a lot of people, especially 13-year-olds. Her brain is not fully developed. Yeah, you shouldn't share nude pictures, but again, that's nothing that should, cause your demise. Second, rejecting him. You should be able to reject somebody if you don't want to go out with them, especially a Jamie. Because I can imagine Jamie did not ask her out in a polite way. We see in episode 3 when he's talking to the counselor how explosive he is, how rude he is, the way he views women. So you can imagine how he talked to Katie when he asked her out and she rejected him. So is she wrong for rejecting him? Absolutely not. All right, and the third action was her posting no emojis under his Instagram post. Was she wrong for that? No. I think she got really upset probably because Jamie asked her out in a very rude way and was disrespectful when she rejected him. So then she went on Instagram and put those emojis under a post insinuating that he was a part of the incel culture. The 100% meant that only 80% of the girls, like 20% of the boys. Was she wrong for that? No. A lot of people were like, oh, she was name calling, that's bullying, she got what she deserved. No, she was just standing up for herself. This guy was probably very disrespectful to her and she was just trying to get back at him some way, somehow. So based on everything I saw, and again, we only got limited information on Katie, right? She did nothing wrong. So it would be kind of sad just to tell little girls like, hey, you can't reject the guy because he might kill you. Like, is that the message? All she did was reject him. She put a few emojis under his Instagram post. I mean, that was nothing bad. Like, we don't know what happened exactly during the murder when he actually was stabbing her. Not sure what happened. I mean, the only advice I probably would, because I'm a girl mom, right? Only advice I would ever give my daughters is, if you feel like you're in any type of danger, if somebody is threatening you, you feel like your life is in danger, please don't pop off at the mouth. Please don't. Please just somehow, some way, in that conversation and exit, walk away. But don't threaten them. Don't say, oh, I'm going to call the cops on you. Don't ever threaten to call the cops on nobody. Don't ever threaten to tell the teacher. Just walk away. Get yourself out of that situation. Talk to mom and dad, and then we could take it from there. But nonetheless, guys, thank you for watching the video. Let me know down below what you thought of Adolescence. Is it a masterpiece or a masterpiece? Let me know down below. I really wanted to love it more. I don't know. I just don't. Maybe I need to go back and watch it. But I hope season 2 that they dive into just Katie's side of the story more and show Katie some love. Show the girls some love, all right? Nonetheless, guys, love you all. Talk to you soon. Peace.